Do you think it's possible to be overly influenced by booktubers, booktube, and book events? Yes! Yes! Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel if you've not seen this before. A lot of this video is about Garbaugust. So I should probably explain what Garbaugust is. This is the third video I've done on Garbaugust, and we're not even anywhere near August yet. So I'm part of a huge number of co-hosts that are joining Ollie from Criminolly, who invented the whole event in celebrating trash fiction. So trash fiction is not crap fiction. It's fiction that was published en masse or published for cynical reasons. It could be published through just to exploit a trend or a celebrity's celebrity or something like that, and that's kind of what we're reading. And wanted to explain that because lots of this video is referencing that. So this is a book haul video, but this is a book haul video that's specifically about the 2 days I've had in Bedford and in London. So the reason why I thought I'd do the video is because there's lots of references to Garbaugust I can make, so I can kind of refer back to that and encourage you to join in and to talk about some of the things. I haven't added TBRs that I've got. I've got so much stuff that I can read for Garbaugust. So there is that. But yesterday in London I found a couple of really nice things, so I wanted to talk about that as well. So I went to this weekend. I'll just explain that today's Monday. It's Monday morning, and I had like this weekend where I went to Bedford and London. So I'm not putting this out on Monday. I'm putting this out at the end of the week. So when you see this, you'll be seeing me from Monday. So you can make a comment and tell me how the week's going and how the week's gone, and then that'd be really cool, because then I'll get a sense of what it is before anybody else, because you'll be speaking to me now, so I won't. No, does that work?
I have to tell you about the future.
So anyway, Friday night I went to Bedford because I went to visit Sean, the Standfast, to help with the packing for this move that he's got. And Friday night I got there quite late because I couldn't leave work until about 4ish, and then I got the 5 o'clock train, and it took about 5 hours. So I got there quite late, so we didn't do any packing on Friday night, but we had a massive long chat, and it was really cool. We stayed up till about 3 o'clock in the morning chatting, and then we woke up about half 7, 8 o'clock-ish, and then cracked on, and Heather from Heather Rees joined us, which was really cool. I'd never met her before, and we were a really good team, and we got tons done, so that was really cool. But after a certain point, we put so much down that Sean was packing. He was like, we're going to have a break so that I can move things around, so you got more space to put things down. So I was like, okay, well, I won't have a break, I'll get some fresh air. So he kept talking about this bookshop that was not too far away. So I thought, well, I'll do that. I'll go to the bookshop. And it was a brilliant bookshop, really good bookshop. So I bought some stuff from that bookshop. And then, obviously, we did a lot of packing. And then later on, I left and came home. And then the next day, I went to London because I went through London to get to Bedford. Went to London again on yesterday to go to the Hammersmith Apollo to see Daryl Hall, which was a really good gig. So I went to see Daryl Hall from Hall & Oates, that guy. And because I went to London, I went a bit earlier and went book shopping, and found some really cool things. So I went to Forbidden Planet, FOP, and the usual places I go to, but I found a couple of second-hand things as well. Right, so having said that, let's get on with it. Okay, this first lot is about Garbaugust, remember. So I have found 2 executioner books. So there's Caribbean Kill Don Pendleton, and Nightmare in New York. So those were the two I decided to get. So, like, definitely men's adventure trash, you know. These are very recommended, so they're supposed to be a lot of fun, but very, you know, old-fashioned, I would have thought. So, The Executioner, there was tons of them, actually. I decided to get two, but there was loads there in this shop in Charing Cross Road. There was about 14 or something, but I thought I'd get two because I knew I was going to go to other places. So there we go. That was one thing for the Garbaugust thing. And then when I went to Forbidden Planet, there was tons of Planet of the Apes books that were really cheap. So I've already said I'm reading Death of the Planet of the Apes. I've put that up in a different video. And I'm going to buddy read that with Michael K. Vaughan, which is really cool. And then when Michael K. Vaughan mentioned that, he said these other books he was going to read as well. Probably not in August, but he was going to kind of continue to read the other Planet of the Apes books. And he's got tons. And I love the Planet of the Apes. One of the things I wanted to do, which, I don't know, if Mike, you want to do that together, that might be a laugh. And that is to watch all the films again and then kind of rate them, you know, how much which ones I like the most, because it's quite an interesting thing, because clearly there was the really weird Tim Burton one, which had incredible makeup, so I don't think it's just has no redeeming factor, but the makeup is pretty much the best thing about it, but amazing makeup though. So anyway, you got the Tim Burton one, but the last three Matt Reeves ones I think are fantastic. So it's not just, for me, it's not, Planet of the Apes is not just about the first 5 films. It's also about the Matt Reeves ones. But anyway, so I found these. So Michael K. Vaughan talks about these. Volume 1. This is the Planet of the Apes Omnibus Volume 1. And this is, for some reason, Planet of the Apes Volume 1 doesn't have the novelisation of the first film. But here we are. It's novelisation of the second and third films in Volume 1. And then Volume 2 was there, which is Conquest and Battle for the Planet of the Apes, and the Tim Burton one. Look, so yeah, these were all on sale. This is a big, because it's 3 books. This is a big old tome, but that was Volume 2, and then Volume 3 was there as well. So Volume 3 has got stuff from the TV series. So these are books from the TV series. Look, they're only 99p. What? So I had to snap them up. There's Dr. Seuss, Dr. Seuss, Dr. Seuss, Dr. Seuss. And then I also got a Dawn of the Planet of the Apes prequel called Firestorm. So, as I said, I really rate the Matt Reeves films a lot. I think they're fantastic. And it's interesting that there was a prequel come out as well. So there's a bunch of Planet of the Apes books I bought. And this is a book that, again, I've seen a review of this, 2 different reviews on BookTube, and it does seem to be really good. But it also fits onto the Garbaugust bingo card, because this is a book written by a celebrity and not known as a novelist necessarily. And it's John Waters. So John Waters, you can see I got it in Forbidden Planet. John Waters wrote Liarmouth, a feel-bad romance. So apparently it's very John Waters, so it's probably going to be a bit disgusting and a little bit freaky. So yeah, I'm looking forward to reading this. If you've read John Waters' novel, please let me know what you think. But this definitely fits Garbaugust, so that is still relevant to this little batch as well. And then that was most of what I got. Well, yeah, there's a lot of what I got yesterday, but there's a couple more I want to end with. So still on the Garbaugust thing, I want to talk about what I got in Bedford, and that was 4 Ed McBain books. These are amazing condition. This is like brand new. It's just really weird when you see a book that's this brand new. It's really weird. It's like, what happened to it? How is it preserved so well? So this came out originally. When did this come out? 1972. This came out in 1972, and it's just absolutely perfect condition. So Ed McBain, it's another thing that Criminally raves about. He does, I think it's his favourite author, but it certainly says that these 87th Precinct mysteries are really good. But there's loads of them, so I think that's why it fits into Garbaugust. He just sort of churned them out. And so I've got Sadie When She Died. And then I've got Let's Hear It for the Deaf Man. They're awesome covers, aren't they? And then I've got Blood Relatives. And then I bought Shotgun. Again, there was a few more of those, but I thought I need to limit it to 4 because one, I haven't read any yet for a start, so yeah. But also I didn't have that much money on me at the time. So those were the 4 Ed McBain books I got. And then while I was there, I also got a few other things which don't really fit into Garbaugust. These are just science fiction things. So as you know, I do try and find vintage science fiction, and I really love it when I find some things that just look a bit different. So I'll go to the most famous author first. I bought Time Stop by Philip Jose Farmer, famous for the Riverworld books. And I've got a number of his books, but this is just a really bizarre cover. So I got that one. Again, really, really good condition, like crazy condition. I got Keith Laumer's book, The World Shuffler. Again, really good condition, but this is about aliens that literally move worlds around, so could be interesting. And I got a Damon Knight book. I love when I find Damon Knight books, and this is Beyond the Barrier, another really interesting cover. And then this one, I've never heard of the author, but I was kind of intrigued by the cover, so I read the back, and it's like a telepath story. So The Universe Against Her, I thought I'd read that. Does anyone know anything about James Schmidt? Because I'd never heard of him, but I bought that as well. So another good cover, I think. The Universe Against Her. And then another telepath one, but this looks a bit like kind of apocalyptic telepath kind of thing. The Several Minds. Again, an author I'm not really familiar with. Who is it? By Dan Morgan. It's funny though, his name is really small on the cover, but Dan Morgan, The Several Minds. So I got those vintage science fiction ones in this second-hand shop in Bedford, where I got the Ed McBain ones as well, and that's called the Eagle Bookshop. It's a fantastic shop. It's a really good shop. I mean, Sean raved about it, and he used to be till we got Paulie, he was a really frequent customer in there. And I said, I'm visiting Sean at the moment, and they was, oh yeah, give him my best, and he's a really good customer for them and all that sort of stuff. But it's a fantastic shop, really was brilliant. So there we go. And then just going to end with the last 2, which are books that I found in London yesterday, and really nice find. So this is a really, really interesting find because I buy a lot of Christopher Moore, and Christopher Moore's kind of he does a lot of sort of fantasy, horror, science fiction-y things, genre stuff, but humorous stuff. So he's got a little bit of a Terry Pratchett-y feel, probably more so than Douglas Adams, not quite as off the wall as Douglas Adams. So yeah, I really like him. I really like Christopher Moore, and I found Razzmatazz. I didn't even know this existed. So this is a new one, and it looks like the same kind of design as the book he wrote called Noir, which was like a detective. It was a detective story that ended up being a science fiction story, and it was really funny. It was really good. I liked Noir, and this is set in 1947 in San Francisco, and it's like a gangster thing. So I think that's going to be cool. Can't wait to read that. So that's Razzmatazz. Really pleased to see that. And then this is a book I've heard about a lot, and I thought I was going to go for it and get it. And I read the back, and it just looks really cool. It looks like a relationship story, but a relationship story is probably written in a way that I can relate to, that I'd like. And I don't know if you've heard of it. Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. It was all over recommended stands, and it's got a big reputation. It's a bestseller. but it looked really cool. So tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow, I'm going to be reading that as well. I want to read a lot of these before the end of the year, so we'll see how we get on. But that was the other one. So fantastic haul there, I think, and lots of stuff for Garbaugust and just lots of really interesting things, and a couple of new things. Have you read any of those? Let me know what you think, and keep looking up for these Garbaugust videos, because it's an awesome event, and it'd be worth checking out what you might think you might read for it. But if you don't know what Garbaugust is, then check out the announcement videos. That's the best way to do it, and then you'll find out what it's all about. So, thanks a lot for watching. Bye.